Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon by Eric. Thank you so much, Eric, for sponsoring this marathon. And also, a lot of people might know Eric as Tao of Nature, but I think most people know him as Eric. And today, I'm sure you'll recognize this person. So, Eric, thank you so much for sponsoring this marathon. These are 5 songs, very interesting stuff here, all YouTube videos. So we're going to have a couple of pauses between the videos as I'm going to load them up. Not a lot of information. I love that. You know, I do love when you guys go full throttle info, but it's also nice where you just let me do my thing. You know, I'm going to watch this and I'm going to try and analyze it as much as I can, as best as I can, you know. So we're going to start it off here with VICENTE GARCÍA, and this is called Why Not? Then after that, I'm just going to go through the list. It's a small list, and then I'm going to load them up. Then we're going to go with JESÚS, MOLINA, Pichi, live in Mumbai, India. That's what it says. This is a very new video from 2025. Then we're gonna go in a acoustic cover by Sierra Eagleson. This is Going to California, famously written by Led Zeppelin, from Led Zeppelin 3. I love that song. Wait a minute, is that Led Zeppelin 4? I think. Yes, I think it's Led Zeppelin 4. Woof! I was gonna get in trouble there. Then we got Yusef Days going with Turquoise Galaxy, live in the foreground of Mount Fuji. Oh my lord, okay. I can't wait to see that. And then we gotta listen to Les Indécis Soulful by Chill Hop live session in 2020. So these are all really cool videos that I'm sure you're gonna love. Stay to see them, of course, and I was gonna say stick around to see them. So yeah, I'm gonna pause real quick because I'm gonna load up the first video right here in 1 second. All right, here we go with VICENTE GARCÍA, Why Not? Let's check it out. Nice. Holy moly, man. Very cool. Let's see. So Vincent Garcia. So it's the bassist comp. I think, you know, if he's the guy in the title. Vincent Garcia bass, Gustavo Garcia drums, Tony Carrillo guitar, and Chris Belda the keyboards. Really, really cool. Really good. I love the tone on the bass, of course. Very. I love his legato and his slapping and very, very fluid stuff. I love the solo. Everybody. I mean, I wish I had a room like this, you know, to be able to jam in. I'm definitely gonna build once we buy a house or something like that. Definitely gonna have a room like that dedicated just a drum kit, bass, guitars, keyboards, you know, so everybody can just sit down and jam, but everything recorded already. I'm sorry, everything already hooked up to a computer. You just press record and everything gets recorded. That's my dream right there. This was awesome. Very, very cool. You know, fusion, jazz fusion, you know, very good. I love instrumental music, and especially bass heavy, guitar heavy. I love the chords on the guitar. Very, yeah, very fusion, you know, the drumming, the keyboards, everything. Everybody did an amazing job. So yeah, let's keep this up. I hope the next video is as good as this one. Let's check out what we have next. All right, one moment. Alrighty, so here we go with the next video. So this is Jesus Molina Pichi. I think Pichi is maybe the track. This is what I love about these reactions. I have no idea what I'm getting into. I don't know what music they're gonna play because there was no information. I love it. 2025, so this is new. Let's check it out. Ooh, wow. This technique is insane. Jesus. Yes. Wow, my lord. Amazing. So everyone is just on a different level here. Like, wow. Okay, so electric guitar, a rock Choi. Amazing. The way he started that solo was just so tasty, so different. Building so much tension. Oh my lord. And beautiful. Just getting into that vibe, you know, going down the neck, you know, very tasty to end up in like these arpeggio madness, beautifully played, great technique, like, oh my god, just wonderful. Very different from like the usual bending, and you know, like he was really like, you know, choosing his phrasing there very carefully, and just amazing. Electric bass, Alex Polydorov, wonderful. I was like, when I saw his like technique, he was like literally lifting his fingers, super cool. Just rare to see a bass player with such beautiful technique on the bass. The drums, man, I love that drum set, that yellow, you know, Tony Williams style for drums, for a drum kit. Wow, just beautiful control. I mean, everything. Like Kane Daniel on the drums, wonderfully played, amazing. And let's see, on the keyboard, I guess it's Jesus Molina. Holy moly, I mean, this guy is on a different level. That's like, I don't even know if Jordan Rudess is on that level. Like, I don't know, you know, because that was some sick ass playing right there. I mean, I think Jordan Rudess could play it, but there were some things I haven't seen Jordan do, you know, of course, Jordan Rudess, Dream Theater. I'm sure he can do it. It's just maybe not his style. This guy was, I mean, the jazziness of this playing was, this is obviously a classically trained, but he was playing jazz here, which I've not really seen Jordan Rudess do too much. And I don't want to compare him with Jordan Rudess, but when it comes to like keyboard players that I know that are very virtuoso in their style, that's one that comes to mind immediately. But there's so many. So this was filmed in India, in Mumbai, in just this year. Very interesting crowd. I don't know if a lot of people were obviously, you know, I think music fans, but there are a lot of people who were, I think, I don't know, you know, some reactions there in the crowd, but maybe everybody was a music fan. I don't know. Just like this performance was insane. I can't wait to show this to other people. Like Alexa's dad, he would definitely love this, because I don't know, because he's more into Latin jazz. This might be a little bit too extreme for him. This is what happened with my dad when I showed him jazz fusion. He was like, well, you know, I really think they're amazing musicians, but this, for me, this is not my music. And I was like, oh, okay, you know. So there's just people that, you know, it's like, well, I really like more my bebop stuff, you know, or like my cool jazz, Stan Getz, you know. Even if you play them something like John Coltrane or Miles Davis, it's like, no. I rather stick to, you know, Paul Desmond and stuff like that, you know. Okay, so this was definitely for now the highlight of this marathon. But this is just me talking. This is the music that I listen to. Now, we're going to Led Zeppelin. This is obviously going to be different. It's not going to be as crazy, because going to California is a beautiful acoustic song, but let's see what they do with it here. Let's give me a second. Okay, so here we have Going to California by Sierra Eagleson. And of course, this is a famous Led Zeppelin cover. Like I said, this is Alexia's favorite Led Zeppelin song, actually. But she also hasn't heard, I think 3 or 4 albums are still missing that she has to listen to. I've heard everything. I've listened to everything by Led Zeppelin because that was like one of the few bands that they really had everything of in Mexico. You know, so like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, I think they had everything from Wish You Were Here to The Division Bell. So there were just a couple of bands that you could find everything of, but then again, there other stuff that was just like nothing or just the best of. So so let's go here with this tune here by Led Zeppelin.
Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoke my stuff and drink all my wine. Made up my mind to make a new start, going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you they're all the same. The sea was red and the sky was gray. Wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today. The canyons and the mountains start to tremble and shake. Children of the sun begin to awake. It seems that the wrath of the gods got a punch on the nose, and it's starting to flow. I think I might be sinking. Throw me a line if I reach it in time. Meet you up there where the path runs straight. Queen without a king. They say she plays the guitar and cries and sings la 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 la. Ride a white mare at the footsteps of dawn, trying to find a woman who's never, never, never been born. Standing on my hill in the mountain of dreams and telling myself it's not as hard as it seems.
Wow, man. Very beautiful version. Let me see. I have to try that because the capo I think was on the 5th fret And I mean, Robert Plant, you know, the way he sings it on the album is, he goes up and down and he's like, da, 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 you know, all that stuff is really hard to pull off. And I'm sure she can do it and stuff, but this is a very nice version because it's more in a one range, you know, and it's kind of like, I think, more comfortable to play. I loved all the stuff that was going on. The other guitar player you couldn't see, you know, the little lead parts. Beautiful cover. I love her voice. Really chill, like a really chill version. I loved it. This is something, you know, I could show Alexia and we could try it, you know, like maybe in this tuning. I don't know the guitar tuning, you know, I would have to look it up. If that's even, you know, information you can find, but I love that she played it with a capo, and the original version obviously has a lot of mandolin and stuff, and I don't know, like I saw when we watched them, we saw Get the Lead Out, and they play Led Zeppelin pretty much like on the CD or on the LP, whatever, on the original album, and I think they had like 3 guitars and a mandolin just to make it sound exactly the same. So just with one guitar, it's beautiful. I think beautiful cover. Wonderful. Definitely showing it to Alexia. All right, let's keep moving with the next video. All right, so let's check out this video. So we have Yusuf Days, Turquoise Galaxy, live in the foreground of Mount Fuji. Wow, another yellow drum kit. I love it. Let's check out what these guys are doing. Okay. Ooh, looks cold. Nice bass. I like drum and bass. Nice. Those Nord Stage, ooh, those keyboards, I love them. Nice, they have a drone. Very cool. I love it. This guy. Oh, this guy's freezing. Oh man, I'm sorry. Can really see that he's cold. Very cool. Oh, I'm sorry, man. There's a little lag here. This was awesome. Really, really cool. Yeah, they did look cold. I know how it feels, you know, to come from a very, very hot place to a very, very cold place, and vice versa. When I moved from Germany in November to Mexico, that was hell. I literally thought I was in hell, because of the heat, and Christmas was just snow. It was just awful. But then I loved it. And then when we moved from Mexico to Florida, that was pretty intense because, yes, the same heat. Even though we moved from Puerto Vallarta to Guadalajara, Guadalajara is more a colder place and very high as well. It's about as high as Denver. And then down to Florida, like south, like middle Florida, like that was pretty intense in the summer. The humidity was just brutal. And then from there to here to Denver, my guitars were just garbage after that. Fret sprout and horrible because of it's so dry here. So, but yeah, and it's pretty much like the winters are like 7 months, you know. And then when it gets back, like it barely got like hot the last 3 days, and it's already June. But it started to get cold in, like, I would say, yeah, October. So October, November, December. So yeah, almost 9 months of cold. So I can see when people, like, they don't live in the cold and the cold really gets them, you know. The performance, man, I love that this music was, I guess, like drum and bass, you know, like lounge, psychedelic, you know, really cool. I love the sax. The drumming, I love the drumming. The bass player was so good. And the keyboard, really, really cool. That, I mean, he made the entire song. The between the drums and the keyboard, they got that whole shuffle thing going on, and great bass and great sax as well. And I mean, what great this footage. I wonder if you need some kind of, like, if you are allowed to fly your drone. The thing is, we bought a drone. We haven't really uploaded anything because we've gone so many times out and to film with the drone, but there's a lot of places where you're not allowed to fly. And now the drone that we have it's literally under the weight. Like, our drone flies pretty much anywhere, but it comes predetermined, like that it just doesn't take off in certain places and you have to override. And then it's your responsibility if you get any sort of accident with a plane or any sort of person or moving vehicle, then it's your responsibility. And then, of course, so I've flown it that way very responsibly, very with a lot of, you know, attention and very respectfully. I've only taken, like, I never go as high as I can. As I'm allowed to. I try to stay very, very safe, and I don't do any crazy stuff. I'm very respectful. But it's like, for example, if you go to Red Rocks, you can't film there. So you have to be very far away, or Garden of the Gods, or just places here in the Denver area, Colorado Springs, where it's beautiful to film, especially with a drone. But there are a lot of restrictions, you know, a lot of no-fly zones, and you have to override them and get permission by some sort of aviation control. And then, of course, they say, so if anything happens, you're like, you're gonna be held responsible, but like bad, because there is actually an app where it's like red. You're standing in that area and it's like red, and so don't fly, or it's like yeah, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble if anything happens. So I've done that, but so I'm very, very careful. I'm almost like, hey Alexa, don't talk to me. I have to be very concentrated, and you can look at your controls. But yeah, I'm like very, very careful. And then there's fly zones where you can just go wild, because there's no air traffic or anything. And but also it always says, please be responsible. Don't fly near animals, so don't scare them, stuff like that, So just common sense, I guess. Okay, let's move on. I've been talking about, because it was really nice footage there of Mount Fuji captured with a drone. But okay, let's get to the last video. All right, and here's the last video. We're gonna check out Les Indécis, the undecided, I think, and if my French is not failing me, soulful chill hop live session. Let's check it out. Nice with a looper. Very cool, man. I have to get one of those looper. Oh my god, there's like this lag. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have to get one of those looping pedals. I think you can create an amazing amount of music with that, you know, just by putting something, creating something, putting it on a loop, improvising over it, and then you can build these layers of harmonies on top of each other. Really, really cool. I just got an amazing guitar right now. It's in a shop, getting ready, you know, and I have this really cool MIDI pedal that actually sustains the MIDI. So I could do some looping, not exactly like this with drums and stuff, but I could play like, let's say with this guitar, you can imitate like a trumpet, a sax, a cello, violin, even drums. But I don't really know how that would work. I would rather have like a drum machine, make a pattern, then loop it. But yeah, this guitar, this Brian Moore, I think I'm gonna get it back in about 5 days, and then I'll make some videos of it, playing some crazy like sitar with it or something. Really cool. It looks amazing. I've seen some really cool guitar players like Brett Garsett use it back in the day. It's an older guitar, not very prestigious, I would say, but it's really good. It's very unique. It's one of those few guitars that do MIDI, you know. Otherwise you have to put like an extra pickup. This already comes with an acoustic guitar pickup, so you can emulate an acoustic guitar, which, you know, I don't have to have acoustic guitars, but if you don't have one, it works. And if you want to play, you know, violin on your guitar, you can, you know. So I'll make a video once I have it. But this was awesome. Thank you so much, Eric. This was very interesting, super up my alley. I hope a lot of people enjoy this. I hope you can credit, you can go, I'll leave the description of the videos in the, I'm sorry, the video links in the description, so you can go and watch these artists and watch more of their work and subscribe to their channels. Please support them. These are smaller artists, you know, and I think they need all the help they can get. If you can see them live, you can catch them. Please go see them live, buy their merch or their albums. That's how they make, you know, their living. And yeah, go see them live if you can. I think that's the best way to support, you know, artists. Unfortunately, nowadays being a musician is brutal. You know, so there's a lot of competition of very, very bad music. So if you're dedicated like this, it's really something, you know. If you really know how to play like that in these times, it's because you really like what you do. So I hope you can support them. Again, thank you so much for watching. Eric, thank you so much for sponsoring this. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.